She's been on a hostile planet for 20 plus years.
People are like, she can fly even though she's never been off planet. She can
So can Anakin Skywalker?
Well, I'm just saying what people are saying, and then I'll get to the counterpoints here.
Yeah.
She can repair anything. She can use the Force. She can do a mind trick on her first day using the Force, which is crazy. And it's like,
I can do a mind trick, and I don't even have the Force.
Exactly. But it's like, point number one, she said that she did a lot of piloting.
Yep.
She mentioned that in the movie. It's like, yes, that's kind of a plot point because you can say whatever you want about your main character. It doesn't make them a Mary Sue. It makes them a main character.
That whole junkyard full of spaceships. How do you think they all got put in the same place?
Exactly.
She obviously took them out and did a little joyriding and then landed,
Luke did the same thing. He had a T-16. You never saw it, but when he gets into an X-Wing, you don't question it.
Yeah.
Like, you know that he's a good pilot.
Well, Luke is a Marty Stew.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if everybody wants to say that about Rey, then Luke is going to have to be under the same scrutiny.
She's female Luke. That's it. I mean, that's... Or like he's female Rey, whichever.
She's really good at repairing things because she spent her entire life taking things apart. Yeah. She knows how they work. Exactly. That's how scavengers... Like, that's basic character building 101.
She also talks about all the changes they make to the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
And, so she watched them be put in, or she put them in herself.
Exactly.
So, of course, she's going to know how all that crap goes together.
And then as for her Force sensitivity... That's because she's the next iteration of this chosen one that they keep portraying.
Yeah.
And that is just, it's going to happen, guys.
That's part of the story arc.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Magic is as magic does.
Exactly, magic. A wizard did it. A space wizard.
Space wizard with a space sword.
Yep.
Jyn Erso, if they're smart, they will play her as a highly flawed but also a badass character.
Yes.
Yeah. A la Han Solo.
Yep. Female Han.
Just make her female Han.
That's what they're kind of portraying her as. Is she's this bandit that we captured, and we're suicide squatting her into doing this for us. We're basically tugging on her arm.
I think there'll be a moment in the film, because this happens in all plots. She'll realize the importance of the mission, and it's not that I'm a suicide squad, I'm expendable. It's this has to be done, and I'm one of the few people who can do it.
Exactly. I'm the only Bothan that can take care of this.
Right. Because many Bothans will die.
Oh, yeah. I was wondering how many Bothans they're going to show in this. A whole field of dead Bothans.
Yep. Their guns just fire Bothans. That's why so many Bothans died.
Yep.
I think the two characters I'm most excited for are Alan Tudyk's character as the robot. He seems pretty good.
K2SO.
K2SO seems really fun. He's kind of the C-3PO.
I hate this. I think they're going to kill him off.
Probably.
And they're going to kill him off by impaling with something.
You think so? They're going to go full Washburn on him?
They're going to go full Washburn, yeah.
So his plot, I guess, is he's a part of the Empire. He's programmed by them. The rebels steal him and reprogram him.
Oh, cool!
So that's interesting. I'm excited to see that.
So he's going to sacrifice himself in a very particular way.
We're huge. Alan Tudyk and who plays Malcolm? I can't remember his name now.
Nathan Fillion.
We're huge fanboys, and pretty much anything they're in, we'll watch.
Yeah, just like you throw their name on there, and I'm like, I'm in. That's okay.
Yep.
And then the other character that I'm actually really excited to see is the one, so going against what Scott was saying, the one who does talk about the Force, the kind of the monk character who's like, the Force is everywhere, but he doesn't have a lightsaber. He just is good at fighting, and he's one of these Force monks that doesn't use the Force, but he's aware that it exists.
He's Morgan from The Walking Dead in space.
Exactly.
Before we wrap up, the most epic part of the whole trailer, I'd say, or at least the one that got probably the most oh my gods out of, was that half a second shot of the back of Vader and his head slightly turns.
Yeah.
And that's it. And that's all you see. And everyone just like, I need a cigarette now.
Yes.
James Earl Jones is coming back as his voice. So.
Perfect.
He's the only person.
I really don't think you can get anybody else to play him.
Ooh, Warwick Davis is in this, Corey, as a guy named Bistan or Bistan.
Probably a small alien.
Probably.
That's all they get Warwick Davis to do is small aliens. At least he's not going to be another Ewok. All right, let's move on. Dallin, you've been playing No Man's Sky for about 2 weeks now. 2 to 3 weeks.
Oh, man.
Ever since our since the last podcast here.
Do you wish you could get those 3 weeks back?
No. Okay, so here's my thing. It was my fix of the week last time. Just to reiterate what it is, it's a sci-fi video game. You wake up on a planet, you're crash landed, your ship is broken, you have to mine for the equipment and fix your ship and get out of there. The goal of the game is get to the center of the universe. There's a secret there waiting for you.
Okay.
That's
But
it.
You forgot part of the plot. You wake up, you mine for things, you leave the planet, rinse and repeat
Rinse
Exactly.
and repeat.
for the
yes.
rest
Right.
of the game.
So they sold it as this is a procedurally generated universe with 18 quintillion planets. But what they didn't tell you when they sold it is there's 18 quintillion of the same exact damn thing. So you go
The
to
aliens look a little different. The landscape might be colored a little
Right.
more red or blue than
Yep.
the other one.
right.
Yeah.
There's not very much variation, and that's the reason I'm having a hard time with this game. The number one thing I think that ticks me off about this is you jump into a new system, you pop up, and all of a sudden, it's the same as the last system. There's 3 planets, there's a moon, and there's your space station that looks like every other space station.
geez.
And here's some procedurally
They don't
generated ships.
They don't even have different amount of planets and stuff.
They do. There'll be somewhere between 3 and 5, but
Okay.
it's really about the same,
Yeesh.
and it doesn't matter.
Because there should be systems that have like dozens.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
literally dozens of planets. And there should also be systems that have one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Well,
that.
and maybe there.
one hot Jupiter floating around the sun.
Right.
Yeah.
You know?
Maybe there are, because I've only probably seen one.
Wait, you haven't
trillionth of a
explored the
percent.
whole game yet?
It's impossible. So maybe there are, but I haven't seen it to this point.
One thing that I think is going to just tank them big time is there's no multiplayer.
Yeah.
At
Yeah.
all. And yes, in an interview he said something about not having multiplayer, but it was
Yeah.
after the game had come out.
Yep.
And
Most
they
of the time
said,
he
wait,
portrayed it as
yeah, he said it was this open world, everyone can interact.
and you can't you'll never meet somebody else
Because it's too
big.
That's what he said, except for someone did. They
Right.
found the 2 exact same planets, same name, same systems, same location. They went to the exact same spot on the planet. Guess what?
Couldn't
no other
see
person
'em.
could see there.
Yep.
Which
is a
that
huge
is
lie.
ridiculous. That is terrible for a game that is this expansive and this big
Yeah.
to not have it be able to
Yeah.
include every person that plays it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That to me just instantly turned me off from it. I went, no, I don't really care.
There is upside to the game, however, and the upside is that they made a procedurally generated universe, which I think other games will take that, build on it, and make it better. They also introduce, it just brings back the sci-fi game that doesn't exist really anymore.
Yeah.
People don't play sci-fi games as much.
It's true.
So it brings that back, and by sci-fi I don't mean lasers, like traditional space exploration sci-fi. So it brings that back, and I think people will
What they
take
need
this
to do,
and build on it.
They need to merge with Elite Dangerous.
Elite Dangerous. I was just about to say. So there's
So
another
that you
game
can-
out
so that
there.
you can land on planets now with Elite Dangerous, and you can build moon bases and stuff like that. But the planets are not. Apparently, they're not very well done.
Okay.
But they need to merge and do something.
Basically,
like that.
Elite Dangerous is the same concept. You're a single-person ship, and you fly around delivering cargo and everything. It's got
or being
a lot more
being a bounty hunter, or being a miner.
multiplayer. It's got a lot more interaction in it. If people are looking to get a fix that's kind of along like space exploration, but more about like space building and mining and everything, go get what is it called, Scott?
Space engineers.
Space Engineers.
It's Minecraft in space.
Yes, pretty much. You create mining ships and any type of spaceship you want, really, and you can go and collect things, and it's very fun and very difficult.
Yeah. What's a disappointment though for me is I would expect I go to a system and this planet has life on it, then I'm going to see a city with people alive. But no, it's just wasteland with some weird looking animals running around.
Yep.
There's not even remnants of city. It's just rock.
There are ruins in the game.
They're alien ruins, but they serve a purpose to teach you the alien language.
It's like a pillar,
Right,
one
it's like
pillar
one
in the middle
pillar,
of nowhere.
Or
It's
there's
not
like a
That's dumb.
there
Yeah.
will be like, hey, there was a guy here. Here's a survival base. You can raid it for his gear, but that's it. There's no actual villages or open markets.
They
or
really
anything like that.
really need to make. And this is the problem with most games nowadays. They're not a complete game. You don't buy a complete game, and that is a horrible thing. And I really wish they would go back to, we want to get this game out this year, but we won't be able to do it without having a whole bunch of stuff missing, like cities full of people, multiplayer, being able to actually build bases. They just announced they're going to do a patch for adding base stuff.
Yeah.
No, that should come base in the game, like starting in the game.
Day zero. Yep.
And then do stuff. Then when you do your patches and you do your additions, add a couple more things. Great. Now you can build a base on the planet. Guess what? Now you can build a space station.
Yeah.
Of your own.
Exactly.
Or you can build bigger ships.
Having a home planet would be cool too that you can instantly travel back and forth to.
Yeah.
That'd be cool because then you could store stuff and then jump out and go back and
Exactly.
explore and then jump back home and that would have been great.
Yeah, it's basically it's big, but it's too big. There's too big and not enough of the same
Right.
of different things.
It's that old adage of like sometimes bigger isn't better.
Yeah.
And
I almost wonder if they would have been better off making it where there's a finite number of planets and systems when everyone starts and they all start together, and as a collective community, you have to explore on your, and I'm not just talking like, oh, you just fly there. No, like in order to unlock to go to that area, the whole community has to do some kind of achievement or something.
That would be really cool.
And
kind of this.
then everyone can play together and everyone can, okay, now these 18 planets that you started with are 100%, they're fully colonized, they've got bases everywhere, they're your home planets like you're talking about, your home systems, basically. And then you can start branching out, and maybe in order to get to certain planets, you have to get a crew of people. You can't just do it solo. Like, you got to have a bigger ship, but in order to run a bigger ship, you got to have more people. Things like that would be, I feel like maybe that would have been a better game.
Yeah.
And still do the procedural generated. That's fine.
Yeah.
But in the time it would have taken for someone to unlock the next stage to be able to move to the next planets, or every patch is like unlock planets,
Yeah.
You can go another 100 light years out in a radius type of a thing. Do that kind of stuff. And then they could have started adding in different things so you didn't have to play the same game over and over and over again.
So,
forever.
Would you recommend it to people?
Yes and no. It depends on the person. Some people I'd recommend it to. If you enjoy Minecraft, which is kind of the same thing, you'd like this game. I'd say the sole purpose of this game is to have an outer space nature walk. Other than that, skip it.
Okay.
Yeah, if you enjoy Minecraft, go play Minecraft.
It's true.
Go play Space Engineers. It's Minecraft. Literally Minecraft in space. It's
you should
fantastic.
really
It's a lot of fun.
If you ever get a PC console, because it's only on PC, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you should check out Space Engineers. It's really cool.
Cool.
Alrighty, well, thanks for that. I've had fun with the new WoW patch that came out, the pre-expansion patch. Talking about my fix of the week last week. It's been really good.
2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago.
Oh yeah, 2 weeks ago. It's been really fun. Like it's been fresh, and it really hasn't felt. It's felt like more content than the past two patches combined. To be honest, which is kind of sad considering I spent a year and a half waiting for those patches to come out. Individually, and it was just
It is sad, Corey.
It is very sad. All right, what time are we at, Scott? How much time we got left?
Oh, we're only 45 minutes in. We've
Okay.
got 15 or 20 left.
Yeah, so
Sweet.
let's talk about really quick. Pokemon Go lost 20% of its U.S. users, but they still have 30 million.
30 or 3?
30 million.
That's pretty typical for a game to lose users.
How
after
many did
the
they lose?
initial
20% of their U.S. users.
Okay.
And I think it's twofold. Partially, it's because they had bad servers and they had bad issues with everything. And partially, I think it's because people just drop off things. They get onto these fads.
There's just another damn Rattata over here.
Exactly. And all they do is they just follow their friends on there and
Going
then just
back
drop
to
off.
the No Man's Sky, if a game isn't enjoyable and different every time you play it, or at least gives you some semblance of accomplishment, you don't play very often. I haven't logged into it for almost a month now.
Yeah.
And I don't miss it one bit.
Oh, there you go.
Mainly because I would love to go back and play it some more, but Niantic needs to fix their shit, basically. And they don't. Right now they're talking about like, oh, you can change your name and we're going to add in changing your avatar. No. No one gives a crap about that right now.
Yeah.
Fix it so that there's enough Pokemon for everyone everywhere.
Yes.
Actual stuff spawns.
It's
the
not
way it
just
is.
Rattatas
It's
and
not just
Pidgeys.
Rattatas and Pidgeys everywhere.
Yeah.
When you're out in the boonies, actually have
we
some,
are.
which we kind of are, as far as the game is concerned, we are.
Yeah.
Actually have some rare Pokemon spawn. I don't want to just have to hatch eggs the rest of my life. That's
Exactly.
annoying.
Yeah.
I want to actually go catch them.
Yep.
The other thing, too, Pokestops. They
Yeah.
need to change the amount of I mean, I know that they're supposed to be monuments and things like that, and you can still have those. But if you look in an area and there's 10 miles square and there's one Pokestop in it, that's wrong.
Yeah.
There needs to be one like one
What,
every
a
mile.
mile? Yeah.
Yeah.
So the problem is that the whole point of Pokestops is to get you to move around, right? To get you to walk to certain locations and collect them. If you only have one Pokestop in a 10-mile area, you're not going to go walking